There's only one good thing that's ever come out of Alabama, and I can promise you it's not Nick Saban. It is Alabama white sauce. And today on Cooking with the Wolfpack, Johnny Wolfpack is going to show you how to make an Alabama white sauce and smoke some chicken and then glaze it with that Alabama white sauce. So don't miss this episode. So we're excited here at Wolfpack Ranch West. It is football season. Today's kickoff of football season. I know I'm wearing a baseball shirt, but guess what? National champions, baby. Anyway, we're gonna do a smoked and then grilled chicken with an Alabama white sauce. And what I like to do is find a whole chicken like this, and I like to spatchcock it, and then I like to cut it in half. So you've got two chicken halves. So for those of you who don't know how to spatchcock, it's pretty easy. You're gonna make sure that you're spatchcocking the right side. I've got some friends that spatchcock the wrong side. They spatchcock the breast side. You want to turn it over, and easy way to know, you want the little tips of the wings pointing down. So point those guys down like that. Then you're going to take a pair of kitchen shears. You can do this with a knife too, but kitchen shears are just about as easy as anything else. And you're going to take the backbone out of this little guy. So I'm cutting pretty easy. I think I got stuck there, yep. There's half, and I'm gonna come back, and without cutting my fingers off, I'm gonna take out the backbone. And there you have it. Now, there's some of those little things in there that I don't like, you know, the gizzards and stuff like that. So I'm gonna take those out. Let me grab a paper towel here. I'm just gonna wipe those right out of there. I'm sure some people use those for other things. I don't like them, so I'm not going to use them. So there, I've got my chicken spatchcocked. I'm going to kind of flatten them out a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a knife and I'm going to cut these guys into two pieces. So, got my knife, I'm going to find the breastbone. Breastbone's right here in the middle, and you'll hear it goes pretty easy. Go right in half. There, you've got two nice chicken halves. Look at that. So, I'm gonna kind of take it and I'm gonna, just because I like it to look good, I'm gonna trim off some of this little excess fat right here, especially some of the thicker stuff that's not gonna render down when I smoke it. All right, he's looking pretty good there. Let me get this, I'm gonna wipe that off a little bit. So look there. Now, these guys, we could put them on the smoker, on the grill just like that, but we're gonna go another step and we're gonna brine these. Now, brining is simply, you know, equal parts salt and sugar, 2 cups salt, 2 cups sugar to a gallon of water. And you can add aromatics. Sometimes you can take that combo and put some barbecue rubs in it. I like to use, so Cosmos Q does a pretty good job with their rubs and their soaks and their marinades and things like that. So I've got some chicken soak right here. I've got a gallon of water in my barbecue easy drip tub. I'm gonna just pour that in there and I'm gonna just kind of stir that around, make sure it's nice and mixed. And that's my brine. I like to use the Cosmos brine at Thanksgiving. I think it's got good flavor. It's not too overpowering. I got some powder coming up. But it is a really good flavor. All right, we got all that mixed up. I'm going to take my half chickens. I'm going to put them in the brine. I want to make sure that they are under the water as much as they can, like that. Look, that's perfect, right? We're going to put the lid on that. We're going to take it outside of the refrigerator. We're going to brine for 24 hours. Yep, you heard me, 24 hours. Now you at least need to go 6 with the Cosmos. And look, the ratio to rub on the Cosmos, just make sure you're following the jar. So it's 3/4 of a cup to a half gallon of water. So I used a gallon of water, so a cup and a half. I'm gonna put this outside. It's gonna brine overnight, and then we will be back to show you how to make the Alabama white sauce that's gonna go on these chickens tomorrow, and it is gonna be so good. So stay tuned. All right, to go along with our smoked and grilled chicken, we are going to make an Alabama white sauce. Now, Chris Lilly at Big Bob Gibson's Barbecue made this famous in Alabama, in Decatur, Alabama. I've been there, I've had it, it's fantastic. It's much different than your traditional red barbecue sauce, but I do like it. I like it on chicken, I like it on turkey. And what we're gonna do with about 10 minutes left, we're gonna baste our chicken with this so it kind of sets in and gets that nice kind of caramelization, stickiness to it. So you're gonna start with 1 cup of mayonnaise. So I got 1 cup of mayonnaise in here. To that, you're going to add a 1/2 cup of white vinegar. You're gonna add a 1/4 cup of apple juice. You're gonna add a 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lemon. Now that was about 1 large lemon. Make sure you get a 1/4 cup though. Now in here I have, and I'm reading this, I wanna make sure I get this right for y'all, because this is one of those recipes where you wanna make sure, it's like baking here. You wanna make sure you got the right amount of ingredients so the balance is right. So in here, I have a tablespoon of creamy horseradish, a tablespoon of brown spicy mustard, and some Worcestershire sauce. And I've got about a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. That's gonna give it a little bit of umami. This is really good. Again, a lot of people don't know about this. It's so good. You know, the big color in Alabama is red or crimson, but they don't even like it. They like this, the Alabama white sauce. Now, here's my dry ingredients. I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and that goes right in. And this is pretty easy. I'm done with ingredients. I'm just gonna mix this up. Make sure I don't get the counter all dirty, because Mrs. Wolfpack, she'll kill me. And we're gonna mix this up. Now, I like to do this a day before because I like this to meld together. You can do it and apply it right away, but everything tastes better when it can kind of marry together. So I would recommend doing this a day ahead of time. That's what you kind of end up. It kind of looks like buttermilk ranch, but it's not. It is Alabama white barbecue sauce, and that is really good. That's gonna taste so good on our chicken tomorrow. All right, this will store up to 10 days in the refrigerator in an airtight container. I got my lock and lock that I bought on QVC. Yes, I shop on QVC for stuff like this. Refrigerator up to 10 days, but we're gonna use it tomorrow, so stay tuned. All right, so the chickens have been brining overnight. Just look at these guys. I mean, they are ready to go. Again, I cut them in half, spatchcock, cut them in half, cut them, spatchcock, open them up, cut the breast, dipped them. You know, you watched the first part of the video, but now we're gonna season it just a little bit before we get it on the smoker. So once we put it on the smoker's gonna be at 275 for about an hour. I want it to get up to about 155, 160, and then we're gonna finish it on the grill, and I'll show you that step. But first we're gonna season it. So I'm gonna come over here. You're at chicken level, we like to call this. So I'm gonna start with this AP. It's the Disruption all-purpose rub. Anonymous Q, Rick and Sue Manzi out of Ocean City, Maryland. Good friends of mine. This is one of their new rubs. I'm just gonna go lightly. Remember, this is flavorful too, so we gotta get both sides. I'm just gonna cover this lightly. It's kind of like a garlic, salt, pepper rub. Does have a little bit more than just garlic, salt, and pepper in it. But I just wanna give the base of this just a little bit of oomph. You like that term, oomph? With some garlic, salt, pepper rub, some all-purpose rub. This is great stuff. I had it on some steaks last night and it was fantastic. Then I'm gonna go to Old Faithful. That's John Lindsay's all queued up, Rock and Rooster rub. I'm gonna turn this guy back over and I'm gonna give a nice coating, not too much. Again, I want the smoke and the Alabama white sauce to do its thing, but we gotta add a little bit of seasoning to it, right? So we're gonna make sure under the little armpit there. Go. I know it's not an armpit, so don't write in and say, hey, that's not an armpit. Wing pit. We'll call it a wing pit. So just a little bit, right? I don't want to get too crazy with it. Just a little bit. I want to get every piece of skin covered. There we go. Flip this guy over. Do the same thing. And then, like I said, we're going to put this on the smoker, 275 for about an hour. It's going to get up to about 100 and 155, 160 degrees. Then we're gonna finish it on the grill with that Alabama white sauce, and I'll share that with you when that time comes, so stay tuned. All right, let's check on her here. I got some good smoke rolling, 275. After I put the dry rub on the chicken, I let it sit on the counter for about 30 minutes just to kind of feel good about itself, and then I put it on the smoker. We're going to check it again in about 20 minutes and start the charcoal. All right, so the chicken is about 160 right now. Got my Alabama white sauce. We're going to take some of this. We're just going to brush it on here, and then we're going to let that set, and we're going to brush a little bit more on. So what this will do is kind of glaze that chicken. Kind of looks like I'm spreading milk on it. Remember, there's mayonnaise, the mayonnaise-based barbecue sauce. Come on, get under there. Make sure it's nice and slathered. And then we'll come back and glaze it again. Or not glaze it, but sauce it again, because I want this to have a nice, tangy Alabama white sauce coating on the outside of it. Kind of a, not a crust, but you know when you put your ribs on and you want to set some sauce, we're setting some sauce right here. So I'll come back in a few minutes and show you where we're at. All right, chicken is done. Now I want somebody to tell me that chicken can't be sexy. Look at this. Look how good that. It smells so good. Just pulled it right off the grill. So again, I had it on my smoker, 275, to get some smoke on it for about an hour. It was at 160 when I pulled it off the smoker and put it on a charcoal grill. I like that charcoal, that char. Look at that char on there. As I was basting it, or just, slathering on that Alabama white sauce, that's gonna make just the taste, that flavor come through. So I'm gonna let this rest, call Mrs. Wolfpack, and we're gonna sit down and eat dinner, and we will come back and let you know how damn good this Alabama white chicken ended up. So stay tuned. Okay, so we just finished dinner with the smoked Alabama white chicken. I've got Mrs. Wolfpack here. I've got Wolfpack Jr. here. What do you think?
It was delicious. I love that sauce.
Well, tell me about it. Well, actually, don't tell me. Tell Wolfpack Nation about it. Tell the Wolfpack Maniacs about it.
Well, you had the smokiness. I love the flavor on the coating of the skin, but the dipping was the best part. It even had to eat with my fingers.
Yeah, see, they don't do that out here in California like we do everywhere else in the world, but they're finally eating with their fingers. Little Wolfpack, what did you think?
The sauce was good. The sauce was really good, and the chicken was yummy.
There you have it. How much better can we get than good and yummy? So next time you want to do something a little bit different, make sure you make the Alabama white sauce and smoke and grill your chicken. And we'll see you next time on Cooking with the Wolfpack.